Good morning, students. Now we can see a problems related to this week concept. So the first example problem is based on contact force. So first problem is based on contact force. How it is, you see, students. So now I am considering a smooth horizontal surface. Consider a smooth horizontal surface. On this smooth horizontal surface, a block is placed here. So on this smooth horizontal surface, a block is placed here. And again, another block is placed in contact with each other. These are the two blocks. Okay. So this is M1. It is 4 kilogram. And consider this is M2 and it is 6 kilogram. And the applied force is, we are applying the force on the, okay. So we are applying the force on the lighter block. So this is the applied force and this I am taking 20 newtons. Okay. So fine. And for the same diagram, see students, now this is the 6 kilogram block. This is the 6 kilogram block. And this is a 4 kilogram block. Same blocks only. 6 and 4 are kept in contact like this. And now we are applying the force on 6 kilogram block. We are applying the force on 6 kilogram block. That force is 20 newtons. Okay, students. Then what is the contact force between 6 and 4? And what is the contact force between 4 and 6, and different situations we can consider here. See students, we have two blocks 4 and 6, and I am assuming that because of this applied force, this entire system means here the two blocks. This is the first block and this is the second block, moving right side with an acceleration A. And here also, because of this 20 newtons force, I am considering that these two blocks are moving right side with an acceleration A. Okay, students. So fine. And see students, we are applying the force on 4 kilogram, but 4 and 6 kilogram both the blocks are moving. Means this 6 kilogram is being pushed by the 4 kilogram with certain force F. And similarly, and here we are applying the direct force, applied force directly. We are in contact with 6 kilogram block. Okay, students, we are not applying any force on 4 kilogram, but 4 kilogram here it is pushed by. So here force is applied on the heavier block. Means like this you are applying. You are pushing the 6 kilogram. 6 kilogram is pushing 4 kilogram in this situation. See students, force is on 6 kilogram. Then here the contact force will be different, and here the contact force will be different. Okay, students, now see, and 6 kilogram is pushing 4 kilogram. The only restriction is that I am considering, because of this applied force, both the blocks are moving, both the suitcases. This is the big briefcase and this is the lighter briefcase in contact with each other, and we are pushing the heavier object here, and heavier is pushing the lighter. And here I am pushing the lighter is pushing the heavier. So means applied force is directly on the lighter, that lighter is applying the force on the heavier. Okay, then what is the contact forces, I want to know it. See students, and we know whenever, because of our applied force, already we have seen the derivation. Because of this applied force, these two masses are moving right side. Because of this applied force, these two masses are moving right side. Then acceleration formula A we already derived. A is equal to total force by total applied force on the system. These two blocks is being pushed by this 20 newtons. by total mass. So you write it, that is m1 plus m2. Acceleration you write it. Then acceleration A is equal to, see students, F, applied force is how many newtons? 20 newtons is the applied force. And m1 plus m2. m1 is 6 kilogram, m2 is this is 4 and this is 6. Then you are writing 10. Okay students, then 0 0 gets cancelled. We will get acceleration A is equal to 2 meter per second square. Means both the blocks are moving with the same acceleration. Now see, this m2 is pushed by m1. Then that force is F. Then this F is only the force. Okay, accelerating. This acceleration direction, only this F force is there. Vertical direction forces are balanced. Then F is equal to, you can write m2 into A. Then write small f is equal to m2 into A. Then m2 value is 6 kilogram and A2 value is 2. Then contact force you will get 12 newtons. Okay students, contact force you are getting 12 newtons. And see students, m1 is pushing m2 with a force of 12 newtons. Okay students, so because of this 12 newtons, 6 kilogram mass going with an acceleration of 2 meter per second square. We are not applying any force directly on 6 kilogram. We are just in contact. Our applied force in contact with 4 kilogram only. But the 6 kilogram is being pushed by the 4 kilogram. So if you call this is action, this will be the reaction. So this is the contact force between these two surfaces. And this contact force is perpendicular to these two surfaces are in contact. That's why it is also called normal force between these two surfaces, or you can also call normal reaction between the two blocks in contact. You can call a normal reaction between the two blocks in contact, or you can call contact force, or the forces exerted by A on B or B on A also you can call. Okay, m1 on m2 if you call action, m2 on m1 you can call reaction. So these are the forces exerted by A on B and B on A. That F value I calculated, F is equal to 12, that is F is equal to, this is the force accelerating this mass, then this force is equal to mass into acceleration you write. This is the force accelerating m2 mass with an acceleration A, then F is equal to m2 into A, you are simply writing m2 is equal to 6 and acceleration of the system is 2, you got 12 newtons. Means on this m1 also, now see my dear students, now this is m1 mass, this is m1 mass, and this m1 mass, okay, we are pushing this m1 mass, direct applied force, how many newtons is there? 20 newtons is there on m1 mass, directly applied force 20 newtons is there. Okay students, this is the 20 newtons we directly applied on m1 mass. But m2 is, as you are trying to push this lighter block, this lighter pushes the heavier, that is with the force F, and that will try to stop it with opposite direction. That is, you know what is that students? Contact force F. And this F already we found it, m2 into A, that is 12 newtons. Means F is 12 newtons. Means see students, the same m1 on m1, this is our mass m1. On this m1, so F is acting left side, okay, and 20 newtons is acting right side. So on m1, 20 newtons force direction is this one students, and contact force is this one students, but it is moving with an acceleration A. That A we have found it how much students? We have found it 2 meter per second square. Means we applied 20 newtons, but this F we found it 12 newtons. So this 12 newtons is the backward direction. Means on M1 we applied 20 newtons force. And this is trying to stop it with a force of 12 newton. So 20 is the supporting force. So then see net force on M1 I am writing. So net force F net is equal to applied force 20 newtons, that is called F. Okay, applied force capital F minus small f. Capital F is 20 and small f is 12. 20 minus 12 is how many newtons, students? 8 newtons. So 8 newtons is the unbalanced force on this. So 8 newtons is the unbalanced force acting on m1 mass giving a acceleration. So then 8 is equal to m1 is how much, you know, 4 kilogram. Then you will get its acceleration. So a is equal to 8 by 4. You will get 2 meter per second square. So we are getting an acceleration is 2 meter per second square. Means see, we applied 20 newtons on 4 kilogram. This 20 newtons is not accelerating this. The 20 newtons is not totally accelerating this m1 mass. Out of the 20 newtons, 12 newtons is wasted. Because as you are pushing with 20 newtons, it is trying to stop it. You are pushing 4 kilogram, 4 kilogram is pushing 6 kilogram. It is called action. The same amount of reaction you will get. That F is equal to 12 newtons, I got it. That 12 newtons is trying to stop M1 in the backward direction. 12 newtons is trying to stop it. But applied force is 20 newtons. So 20 minus 12. So 20 minus 12. I do it, I get 8 newtons. 8 newtons is the unbalanced force, or the net force you can call. That 8 newtons acting on m1 mass giving a acceleration, you are getting 2 meter per second square. Means the net force on m1 is only 8 newtons, even though two forces are acting on it along the horizontal direction. Okay students, and contact force between these two means F and F. That F I calculated like this. Got it? And similarly, this is the, here F is how much you see students? F value got it 12. Means this 4 kilogram is pushing this 6 kilogram with a force of 12 newtons. That 12 is equal to 6 into its acceleration. So that is 6 to the 2 meter per second square is the acceleration. So see, you are getting like this. Means you can find this contact force if you know the acceleration of this one. So only this is the force accelerating this one. Then the contact force means only 12 newtons is acting on it and giving an acceleration. So accelerations, you got it. So that's why, see my dear students, so you just look at the diagram very clearly students. Look at the diagram very clearly. So this is, look at the diagram very clearly. This is the 4 kilogram mass and this is the 6 kilogram mass, and we are applying the force directly on 4 kilogram mass. How much you are applying? 20 newtons you are applying. Okay. So because of this 20 newtons, what do I consider? Both the blocks are moving with a common acceleration A. Both the blocks are moving right side with a common acceleration A. And we know very clearly we are not applying any direct force on 6. 6 is pushed by 4, that is called F. This F is equal to, if you give the name for this is M2 and if you give the name for this is M1, M2 is pushed, this heavier is pushed by the lighter. So this is F is equal to M2 into A. Okay students, that's why I want A. So and yesterday I told the formula for this F applied force. F is the 20 newtons force is moving these two blocks. Then A is equal to F by M1 plus M2 I told. So you are getting acceleration, and after getting acceleration you can calculate this force F. So see, we are applying 20 newtons on it. The 20 newtons is not utilized for us because this M1 is trying to push this. It is pushing this with the force F. It will try to stop it with the same force F, but this F will be less than 20. This F already I got it 12 newtons. So this is 12 and this is 20. 20 minus 12. 20 minus 12. I get 8 newtons. So F is you know how many newtons? 20. And this small f you know how much? 12 newtons. So then the subtraction will give 8 newtons. Okay. So the net force is 8 newtons. So 8 newtons is acting on 4 kilogram mass. 8 is equal to 4 into A. Acceleration is 2 meter per second square. Means the net force on this means its mass into its acceleration. 8 newtons only. Net force on this one means acceleration of the system we have only 2 meter per second square. So I know m1 mass and I know the acceleration of the system. I know the acceleration of the system 2 meter per second square. Then what is the net force on here? You write the net force on here is m1 into a. Its mass is 4 and its acceleration, both the accelerations are 2. 8 newtons only utilized. 8 newtons only utilized to accelerate this 4 kilogram by 2 meter per second square out of the 20 newtons. So because 20 newtons we applied like this, 12 newtons is wasted because this is trying to stop it, but it can't stop it. So only 8 newtons is rest of the force. That 8 newtons acting on 4 kilogram block giving 2 meter per second square acceleration. You try like this, students. And now see, now again same blocks I have taken, but now I am applying force on 6 kilogram block. 6 kilogram block. I am considering this is m1. So here I am applying the force and I considered m1. You can consider anyone is m1, anyone is m2, no problem. Okay students, this is m1 I have considered and this is m2 I considered. Okay students, so now see what is happened. So what is happened, you see students. So you know this is m1 mass and you know this is m2 mass. Okay students, and we are applying the force on 6 kilogram. Force we applied on 6 kilogram. 6 kilogram pushes the 4 kilogram with some force here. If that is action, this is called reaction. Okay students, see, but entire system is moving which direction? I told right side. Means m1. So if I take, this is the m1, this is the m1. See my dear students, on m1 applied force is right side and contact force is left side and acceleration of the system is right side. Okay, then how many number of forces? See, applied force on 6 kilogram. Okay, you know the derivation already. I told this derivation, I don't want to tell again. Okay students, see, once see, this is the applied force and this is the contact force, then F minus small f. F minus small f is equal to, what can you write? M1 into A. Okay, this is, and for this M2, okay, now you take M2 mass. Take M2 mass students, take M2 mass. Okay, on this M2 mass only the force is F. Only the force is F along the acceleration direction and no other forces are there. On M2 we are not applying any force. We are not applying any force. This M2 is pushed by M1. So pushed by M1, let the force be F. This F is equal to M2 into A. That's why this acceleration for M2 is A. This A acceleration, F is the cause. So this F is equal to M2 into A. So means in this F I will write M2 into A. Okay students, capital F minus small f. Small f is equal to what? M2 into A. So you got like this, C. Okay students, then take this minus M2A that side, it will become plus M2A. This derivation already I told you yesterday. Then this F is equal to, we are getting like this. Then A is equal to, what will write? F by, A is equal to F by M1 plus M2. Okay students, A is equal to F by M1 plus M2. I am just erasing, you just understand. Okay students, then we are getting like this, C. So then acceleration A is equal to, so what will write? F by M1 plus M2. Because of our applied force, because of our 20 newtons applied force, two blocks are moving. One is 6 kg, another one is 4 kg. Then the acceleration is again 20 by 6 plus 4, 10. So means you are getting 20 by 10. This 0 gets cancelled. Then acceleration you will get 2 meter per second square. Means here acceleration is same, but contact forces won't be same because our applied force is moving 4 and 6. Here also applied force is moving 6 and 4. Now see students, contact force means small f. So here F is equal to what students? Contact force. Contact force exerted by A on B and B on A also same forces only. But A on B right side you will get, B on A you will get left side. This F is moving this M2. So F is equal to, this F is moving this mass. that mass is 4 and that acceleration of the system is 2, then F is equal to, you are getting 8 newtons. Then the contact force between these two blocks here is 8 newtons. And the contact force between these two blocks, here see, lighter block is pushing the heavier block. This F is equal to M2 into A. M2 is 6 into A 2, so 12 newtons. Means contact force will be more here because it is trying to oppose with a greater force. Okay students, and see students, this F you got 8 newtons. F you got 8 newtons means this 6 is pushing 4 with 8. It will try to stop this with 8 newtons. This F is 8. F is 8, you know. This is the 8. This is the 8. This is 20. 20 newtons is the support. 8 newtons is the opposing. So the net force is how much? 20 minus 8. So fine students, this is 20 and this is 8. 20 minus 8 means the net force on this one is 12 newtons. So 12 newtons. So 12 newtons is the, what is that? Net force. 12 newtons is the net force on 6 kilogram block. On 6 kilogram block. 12 newtons is the net force on 6 kilogram block. This 12 newtons is equal to mass into acceleration. Mass is 6, acceleration A, 6 2 0. So 2 meter per second square you are getting acceleration. Means out of the 20 newtons applied force, 20 newtons only, 12 newtons only utilized to accelerate this, and remaining is 20, 12 is utilized, 8 is counterbalanced by this force. It is trying to stop it. That is about contact forces. And net force here means its mass into acceleration only. Net force here means its mass into its acceleration. Means net 6, mass is 6, acceleration 2. 12 newtons is the net force. Out of 20, 12 is the net force. Means 8 newtons is means contact force. Contact force. And here also net force, mass into acceleration. Whenever they are asking the net force means net mass into net acceleration. Its mass is m1, its acceleration is 2. So 4 into 2, 8 newtons only utilized here. Only 8 newtons utilized here. Because 20 is the applied force and the small f you are getting 12. It is wasted and counterbalancing. Okay students, now see exercise 2, problem number 6. Some students are asking to teach this, they are feeling a bit difficulty. Okay students, see it's a very easy problem you can do. Okay, don't get worried. See students, a constant force acts for 5 seconds. So force is acting for 5 seconds on a body of mass 5 quintal. There is an object. It has mass m. And this mass is equal to 5 quintal. Its mass is 5 quintal. A constant force acts for 5 seconds on a body of mass 5 quintal and then ceases to act. So on this mass, a constant force acts for 5 seconds on a body of mass 5 quintals and then ceases to act. This is the force F, which is a constant, and this F is acting for 5 seconds. Only 5 seconds the force is acting. First 5 seconds the force is acting. Because of that it will gain some. So initially it is at rest. It will gain some velocity. Okay students, this 5 quintal. So 5 into quintal means 100. 1 quintal is equal to 100 kilograms. So quintal means 100 kilogram. Ton means 1000 kilogram. Metric ton also 1000 kilogram. Okay students, quintal 100 kilogram. Okay students, so now this is the force acting on the object which is at rest. Its mass is 5 quintal, 5 into 100 kilogram, and this is the applied force, and because of this applied force it gained some velocity v. It gained some velocity v, and to here in the time of 5 seconds only. And after that we have withdrawn the force. Force is 0. Means force stopped acting on it. Okay, its mass is 500 kilogram because 5 quintal, 5 into 100, 500 kilogram, 500 kilogram. Here force is acting, here force is acting, here acting while it is moving, acting. Still to here it is acting. The force is acting for first 5 seconds, and after that you have withdrawn the force. Means we call the force is then ceased to act. So F is 0 means F is ceased to act. So the force on it is ceased to act, stopped. Ceased to act, or you can also call stopped. The force is stopped acting on it. So we have withdrawn that force. Then what will happen when there is no net force acts on it? According to the According to the Newton's first law of motion, if a body is in motion, it will be in the motion forever. Means it keeps moving with the same velocity. It keeps moving with that constant velocity. With that constant velocity, it keeps moving. So what will happen, students? It keeps moving. It keeps moving with constant velocity. So what is that? It keeps moving with constant velocity. It is moving with a constant velocity. Okay, students? Okay. So fine, see. So here is the object. Force is acting from here to here. The time is, he mentioned, first 5 seconds force is acting. Means only in the 5 seconds acceleration is 0. Its velocity has increased from 0 to v, and after that force is ceased to act or stopped. Force is ceased to act or stopped. Force, you have withdrawn the force. Then there is no force with this constant velocity. It keeps moving with constant velocity. So velocity, that is v. So it keeps moving with the constant velocity v only. Okay, students. Now what is given? See. Now this v I want. So to find this v, what has given? C. It is going with a constant velocity. With this velocity, it covered 100 meters from here to here. Velocity is constant. So we can write velocity is equal to displacement by time, and force is ceased to act. It is moving with a constant velocity, you are telling, and with that velocity, it traveled 100 meters. It traveled 100 meters in the next 5 seconds. So I am using v is equal to s by t. Okay, students, because it is moving with a constant velocity, no acceleration. Then velocity is equal to displacement by time. It moved 100 meters from here to somewhere, 100 meters in 5 seconds. So 100 meters it has moved in 5 seconds. Then this v is equal to 5 2's. You can write. So 20 meters per second is the final velocity you are getting. So with this velocity it keeps on moving, and you know the initial velocity, you know the final velocity. So here also velocity how much? 20 meters per second only. And here also how much? 20 meters per second. Here also how much? 20 meters per second. Everywhere how much? 20 meters per second. It keeps on moving with that constant velocity since the force has withdrawn. Okay, students. So that's why 20 meters per second, it traveled 100 meters in 5 seconds. 1 second 20 meters, 5 seconds it can travel 100 meters. If you give 10 seconds, it will go 200 meters. It is moving with a constant velocity. Then find the force they are asking. You have acceleration only for this interval of time only. In 5 seconds only force is acting. Then I write F is equal to m into a. So then to find this a, so I know final velocity v and I know initial velocity. In this interval only we have acceleration. The time is 5 seconds. So that is I am writing. Then find the force, how much applied they are asking. Find the magnitude of force. Then mass is 5 quintal, you know. 5 quintal means 500, and the velocity gained is 20 meters per second, and initial velocity is equal to 0. 20 minus 0, and in the time of 5 seconds, then 5 4s are 4 into 5 20. You will get 2000 newtons is the applied force. Okay, students, see, for these kind of problems, what do they will tell you? An object is at rest. certain force is acting on it and the force has withdrawn after some time, then it keeps moving with constant velocity. They will give certain distance in certain time after withdrawing the force. Then you will get final velocity. You know initial velocity, you know final velocity, you know the time interval, you know the mass. We can find mass or whatever we want. Okay students, now see another model. Okay, a constant force acts on an object of mass. We have some mass. So mass of the object is 4 kilogram. So mass of the object is 4 kilogram I have given for you. And it is moving with an initial velocity of some 5 meters per second. There is an object of mass 4 kilogram moving with an initial velocity of 5 meters per second. Okay. Now a constant force is applied on it. Now a constant force is applied. Now a constant force is applied on it in some time. A constant force starts acting on this mass. Now a constant force is applied on it for 5 seconds, or you take some time, so some 8 seconds. Okay, a constant force acts on it for 8 seconds. So this is also given data. So its velocity increased by, so then they have given velocity increases by, velocity increases by some so because of this a constant force, the velocity increases by some 24 meters per second. The velocity of the object increases by 24 meters per second. Find the constant force acting on it. A constant force, that is called, I want to find this constant force. Then question mark is F. This is the data. See students, an object of mass 4 kilogram moving with an initial velocity of 5 meters per second. Now a constant force is applied on it. A constant force is applied on it for 8 seconds. Because of this, its velocity increases by 24 meters per second. So whenever they are telling the velocity increases by 24 meters per second, it will be the change in velocity. So then we have to find the force. So now force is equal to, so mass into acceleration is our formula, you know students. Then mass into acceleration means change in velocity by time, you write it. Okay students. So velocity increases by, they have given 24 meters per second. Means this is the change in velocity. Increases by, and underline and remember students, whenever they are telling something increases by, means that is change, that much has increased. Okay, this is the initial, and increases by 24 means this much has increased. Totally it will become 29 meters per second. So means change in velocity I will get 24 meters per second. Okay, now then F is equal to, mass is given 4, and don't use this initial velocity now because they have given change in for you. Increases by they told, means it is a change in velocity. The V minus U value they have given 24. In the time interval of a constant force is applied for 8 seconds. In these 8 seconds this much velocity has changed. So I should write the time is 8 seconds. Then find the magnitude of force acting on it. Then this F value I will get 8 3s are 24. 3 into 4 you will get 12 newtons is the force acting on the object. So this is one kind of problem. And see students, so same mass I am taking now. Mass is same. It is 4 kilogram. Mass is 4 kilogram. and initial velocity is 5 meters per second I am taking, and a constant force is acting on it. F is constant. So F is constant acting on it for the time of 8 seconds, and for the time of 8 seconds. So this is the mass, it is moving with this initial velocity, and this much force starts acting on it. So its velocity, is increases. So its velocity is increases to, its velocity is increases to so its velocity is increases to some 45 meters per second I have given. Increases to I have given. Okay students, because of this force acting 8 seconds, the velocity has increases to 45 meters per second. Find F. Then they are asking find this constant force. When they are saying increases to this much, means that will become the final velocity. So this is the final velocity of 45 meters per second. Increases by is the change in velocity. Increases to means up to that value it has increased. With an initial velocity of 5 meters per second, its velocity has increased to 45 meters per second in the time of 8 seconds. Then find the force on it. Then force is equal to, you write mass into acceleration. So mass value you are writing 4, and acceleration value you are writing v minus u by t. So finally 45 and initial is 5. 45 minus 5, 40. Then 4 into 40, and the time interval is 8 seconds I gave. 8 5s are 40. 5 into 4, you will get 20 newtons is the force acting on it. Okay students, this is one important point. Okay students, know yourself answers. Once we can discuss C. So know yourself first bit question. So first bit, what is given C students? Inertia is the property of a body. So what is the question given you see? Inertia is the property of a body by virtue of which the body is unable to change. By virtue of which the body is unable to change by itself the state of rest, by itself the state of motion, by itself the state of direction, and option D, all the above they have given. So we know that, so inertia means opposition to change its present state. So inertia means, what do we know? It is just opposition. It is just opposition or resistance. So inertia is opposition or the willingness to continue the present state. So and it opposes to change that present state. That present inertia, that present state is at rest. It opposes by itself to change its state of rest, and it opposes by itself to change its state of uniform motion. So inertia of that is what uniform motion. Okay. So uniform motion, or what can you write? Direction, a particular direction also. Inertia of direction. So see students, inertia means opposition or resistance to change its present state, or by itself it cannot change its present state of rest, by itself it cannot change its present state of uniform motion, or by itself it cannot change its direction from going in this direction. It can't go left or right by its own. We should apply some force. For example, a football is going in a particular direction. If we want to change the direction of the football, another player should apply the force on it. Another player should apply the force on it, then the direction of the football will be changed. So means an object cannot change its present state by itself. That is called inertia. It's an inherent property by virtue of which it neither changes its present state or not tends to change it. So if an object is at rest, it cannot change its state of rest by itself. If an object is in uniform motion, you know uniform motion means, so constant velocity. So uniform motion means constant velocity. If it is moving with a constant velocity, it cannot come to rest by itself. In uniform motion to rest, it cannot come to rest by itself, and it will have opposition to come to rest, that is called inertia of motion. And similarly, it is maintaining a direction, it can't change its direction by its own. So that's why, so inertia is the property of a body by virtue of which the body is unable to change by itself the state of rest, by itself the state of motion, by itself the state of direction. So all the options will come. Okay, that is the first question. Answer is Delhi. So option D. Now second question you see, student, inertia of a body directly depends on its mass. So we know that inertia is directly proportional to mass. Inertia is directly proportional to, what is that? Mass. So greater the mass, greater is the inertia. Less the mass, less the inertia. If an object has more mass, you should apply more force to bring from uniform motion to rest. Or if an object has greater mass, to bring from rest to motion, we should apply greater force. Up to greater force, it opposes to come from rest to motion. So that's why inertia is directly depends on mass. So inertia of a body directly depends on mass. So second option will be Bombay. Okay, next. Third one, an athlete runs some distance before taking a long jump, because he is bringing his body into inertia of motion. Because of that inertia of motion, he can take a long jump. So he is acquiring large inertia of motion. So third one answer you will get A. And fourth one you see, students, a rider on a horse falls forward. A rider on a horse falls forward when the horse suddenly stops. So because a rider on a horse falls forward. A rider on a horse falls forward when the horse suddenly stops. Initially, horse is in motion. The rider on the horse also in motion. And the lower part of the rider is in contact with the horse because he sat comfortably on it and he is riding that horse. Okay, when the rider comes to rest immediately, horse comes to rest immediately, the lower part of the rider comes to rest, but upper part is in motion. It will take some time to come to motion, so upper part is moving forward, so we may fall forward direction. So a rider on a horse falls forward when the horse suddenly stops because of inertia of the rider. So because of the inertia of the rider. So fourth one answer you will get Bombay. Next, fifth one, a dust on a carpet can be removed. Dust on the carpet can be removed by beating the carpet with a stick. When we hit that carpet, if this is the carpet and this is the dust particle, so or this is the dust particle on it. Okay, fine. If you hit it, this part comes into motion. It is at rest. It will try to be at rest. The friction is not sufficient to take it. So due to the gravitational pull, it will fall downward direction. So because this is the carpet and this is the dust particle on it, okay, and when you hit it, the part which is being hit comes into the motion, and this part, the remaining dust particles, there is no attachment, they will fall downward direction due to the gravitational pull. So inertia of rest keeps the dust in its position. So fifth one answer A.